everybody, AB here, and today we are talking websites. Sometimes when I'm talking, I'm not even making sense. I think that's one of those times. All right, try it again. Okay, so my AB here, and today we are talking websites. So you do need a website in your business. Now, when you need a website, that is kind of up for debate. I know some people that are like, you need a website from day one. In fact, before you ever have a client, you need a website. And I know other people that have gone a few years without having a website. And here is my advice. You need a website within the first year, but it doesn't have to be the first thing that you do. So your website, if you want this design process to go as smoothly as possible, here are some tips for you. Tip number one, do not sign a contract where they own the website. And you might think, that's crazy. Why would someone else own my website? It happens all the time. It's pretty common. Here's some things you can do to pay attention and know whether or not you're getting that type of a contract. If they are hosting on their own server, they have control over your website. And if you decide to go somewhere else, they may or may not release that to you. And so you may have paid all this money for a website and they host it on their server. And when you walk away, you have to start from scratch. The other thing to watch for is, are they charging you for the design of the website and then there's a separate monthly fee? Or are they charging you something where it's just a monthly fee all the time? So that is something I would pay attention to, because sometimes what happens is when you're paying that monthly fee, you think, well, that sounds great. I'll pay, X hundreds of dollars a month and I'll just pay that every single month. That way I'm not having to pay so much up front, and that seems like a really great plan. However, a lot of times those are indicators that they own your website. So you've got to read the fine print in your contract to make sure you're finding the right developer for you. Tip number two, set a budget that makes sense. One of the things that you really have to understand that the web designers won't tell you is your website is not income producing. So they'll tell you got to have your website so you can get your business sales going. Your website in and of itself is not going to generate a single sale for you. So whatever you spend on getting the website up is just the beginning. Then you've got to pay to drive traffic so people can actually land on your website and see your products and services. So just getting a website alone and just having them put in keywords so people can search for you on Google does not mean you get any traffic. You've got to consistently drive traffic either through social media or through advertising or through pay-per-click or through continued SEO. There has to be a way that you're bringing people to your website before it does anything for your business. So if you're thinking, I just need a website so people will start buying from me, that's not the way that it works. So get really clear on what's a realistic budget for you. There are some businesses where right out of the gate, they need a $10,000, $15,000 website. That would be a really highly interactive website. It would be something that's very involved, but that's not necessarily what the majority of business owners need. So if you're a private practice owner, or you are a coach or a mentor, or you are somebody who is been in business for a long time and you just haven't had a strong web presence, your first website can probably be done between somewhere around $1,500 on the low end and $5,000 on the high end. So is it going to cost you some money? Sure, it is. And you want a good website, you want something that looks nice, but make sure that you're setting a realistic budget for what makes sense right now. The third tip I have for you is learn how to be a good customer for your web developer. Now, the web developers might not have liked my first two tips, but they are going to love this tip. One of the things that you do that causes trouble is you hire the web designer and you have no clue what you want for your website. What happens is when you hire the web designer, guess what? they're ready to start working. And you drag your feet and you hem and haw and you think, well, maybe I should or maybe I shouldn't, and you don't get them your content, you miss your deadline time after time after time. Well, guess what happens? They go and bring on some new clients, and now they're busy working with those clients. Then you finally 3 months later get fed up and frustrated that your website still isn't done, and you start sending them tons of content. Well, they're already working on other projects, and now their responsiveness is not going to be as strong as it was before. So when you hire that web developer, make sure that you have blocked out the time to sit down and map out your website. What's going to go on each of the pages? Write out the content. I tell my clients that it should take you 2 to 4 hours, so 2, maybe 4 hours to write out all of that content. This is not something that should be taking you a month to write out the content. If you spent a month writing out your content, let me tell you what you've honestly done. You've honestly spent a month avoiding writing your content. Make sense? It takes 2 to 4 hours to write out the content for your website. That's it, folks. That's it. So get in there, get the process rolling, get it done. I promise you will thank me. Okay, so my fourth and final strategy for you is to get really clear on what you want the functionality of your website to be. Your website is not some magical beacon that allows business to flow your way. What your website is it's a really great tool. So figure out what you want it to do. Is your website primarily there to build a sense of trust that when clients meet you and they decide you're someone they want to check out, that they have a place where they can go and they can read testimonials and they can watch your videos and they can find out more about you? Is that your primary focus? Is your primary focus lead generation, where you want to be capturing leads time and again? Is your primary focus sales? Is your primary focus to be able to create links and portals to refer out to other places? You need to get really clear on how you want this website to function for you so that you can structure it accordingly. And no matter what your primary focus is, please do me a favor, pretty please, do me this favor and make sure that no matter what your primary objective is, you always have a place where you can capture people's information so that you can continue to market to them. Here's the deal, folks. We don't own our Facebook list. We don't own our LinkedIn contacts. We don't own our followers on Twitter or YouTube or anywhere else. The only place where we actually get to build our own database that's ours no matter what is through our websites and through our email marketing list. And so until something changes there, no matter what your function is on your website, make sure that there is a very visible, very easy way for your clients to opt in and stay connected and for you to get that information. So there you have it, some stuff to consider as you are launching your first website and getting that up and rolling. Hit me up with questions in the comments if you have any. I'm happy to answer. Also, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and share the video with anyone else in your world that is also dealing with their website. Thanks everyone for watching.